Have you ever seen a statue shed a tear? That's exactly what Timo, a curious little mouse, saw the night he snuck into the old museum. Timo wasn't an ordinary mouse. He lived in a Cornice hollow, wore tiny glasses, and loved exploring places forgotten by humans. One night, guided by the moon's glow, Timo decided to visit the museum that had been closed for decades. The cobwebs seemed to form secret paths. Inside, everything was covered in dust, but something caught his eye. A room full of statues, motionless, except one. The statue of a ballerina had a shiny drop on her cheek. Timo climbed up her base and touched it. It was a tear. Startled, the mouse backed away, but the ballerina slightly turned her head and looked at him. "Help me," she whispered in a marble voice. Timo squeaked and ran to hide, but the statue didn't follow. When he peeked again, she was back in her dancing pose, still as stone. The next night, Timo returned with his friend Vela, a firefly who glowed when she got excited. She doubted his story. "Crying statues? That's not real," said Vela, floating skeptically. But then the ballerina blinked. "I'm Liora," said the statue. "I was trapped by a spell on the night of my big performance. Only a brave heart can break it." Timo and Vela listened carefully. Liora explained she wasn't the only one. The entire museum was full of transformed people. The other statues were musicians, poets, and actors, turned to stone by the envy of an old director named Maestro Umbra. Umbra had wanted to steal everyone's talent. He used an enchanted mirror to absorb their art and seal their bodies. "Only the reflection of truth can restore our lives," said Liora. "But no one's ever looked into the mirror without getting trapped." Timo trembled with fear, but his heart burned with courage. "Where is that mirror?" he asked boldly. Liora pointed to a door with golden symbols. Vela lit the way as they both prepared for the unknown. Behind the door, a circular room glowed faintly. In the center, a large dark mirror floated over an obsidian pedestal. Timo stepped forward, but Vela stopped him. "What if it's a trap? What if you get caught too?" "Then I'll become a statue. But at least I tried," replied the little mouse, standing before the mirror. As he looked, he didn't see his reflection, but Liora dancing, the musicians playing, and Maestro Umbra stealing their light. The mirror began to tremble. Golden cracks spread across it, and an explosion of brightness filled the room. Timo shut his eyes. When he opened them, the museum was no longer gray. The statues moved, laughed, and instruments played again. Liora became human again. She knelt before Timo with a smile and a joyful tear. "Thank you, little hero." Vela spun in the air, leaving trails of light. The whole museum was filled with living art. It felt like a dream come true. But among the crowd, a dark whisper floated in the air. "You haven't seen the last of Umbra." Then it vanished. Though the spell was broken, the danger hadn't ended completely. But the light of art was stronger than the shadow. Since then, the museum reopened its doors, only at night, where dreaming children heard living stories. Timo and Vela were named guardians of art, tasked with protecting the emotions hidden in every corner. In a special display case, the broken mirror still glowed as a warning, reminding that true art is born from the heart. Liora danced each night, now free, and at the end of her performance, she always looked toward where Timo watched with pride. Moral: true courage isn't found in size, but in the choice to face the impossible for the good of others. Subscribe and hit the bell for more magical stories that will take you to incredible worlds.